What did you say? You're too important to be having a conversation with these course people? No, I need to do a little bit of cleanup here. I think you guys don't understand. There needs to be a cleanup here. Can we just trust my judgment here every now and then? Can we have a fraction of confidence? You're yelling at one of the few people that does give a fuck about trans people in general, okay? That's all you're doing. Democrats don't give a fuck about you. They would literally shoot you in the fucking head if it meant that they would be able to secure additional electoral wins. Shut the fuck up.
Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. We got to talk a bit about Hasan Piker. Hasan Piker was streaming on YouTube after he got banned, and now he's not dual streaming anymore. He was going to do it, but he's not going to do it anymore. And whatever reason he tells you, I think it's because he doesn't want to risk getting banned on YouTube when he makes a shitload of money on Vods. On Twitch, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. They'll bend over and suck his cock. That's what they're planning on doing forever, apparently. They want to tank their entire brand to do it. That's totally fine. On YouTube, when you do things that are against TOS, or if you're sitting here promoting terrorists or something, YouTube's just gonna fucking ban you. And if you lose YouTube, you can't make another account, and you lose a significant portion of revenue because he's making money on all of his VODs. And I doubt he wants to give up the ad revenue. I'll tell you right now, on this channel, I stream, I get a bunch of views, and I get a bunch of donations. Thank you very much for all the support from the audience, but those ads are really fucking... The ads are what pays. You want to keep the ads. You don't, oh, I could make money short term by streaming on YouTube to get more donations. It's like, you do not want to fuck up the ad flow. The ad flow is your income. That is the highest output, unless these guys are getting $1 million sponsorships. When it comes to running a channel like this, the ad revenue is king.
I don't want to separate the audiences, because on Twitch, if you have 15K and on YouTube you have 10K, that doesn't mean you have 25K total viewership, okay? Because it splits the audiences. On Twitch, if you have 30...
Oh, wait, this is even funnier. So now he's... Oh! Wait, is he insecure about the fact that number go down even though number big? I remember there was a clip where he's like, you guys need to watch both streams because it makes him look like he's losing relevance. That's funny.
Viewership, okay? Because it splits the audiences. On Twitch, if you have 30K, you have 30K. You have a higher likelihood of reaching the top of the directory. You have the higher likelihood of reaching the top of the directory. If I just cared about money, I would continue restreaming on YouTube. YouTube generates a tremendous amount of revenue. A tremendous amount of revenue. Okay? As far as reach goes, this is still my primary platform.
If he moved to YouTube overnight, it would be he'd probably out-earn his Twitch stuff, I have to imagine, unless his contract is really that good. Another thing that we're not even saying is that he's such a big streamer, potentially his contract could be significantly better than what normal people are offered. I knew that, weren't they offering specialized contracts to top streamers? I wouldn't be surprised if his split is significantly better. And they needed to be competitive when they were losing people to Mixer and Kick.
And the reason why I'm going to continue doing it is because this is my fucking primary platform until I get banned. At which point, now I know I have a plan I can go back to.
Another one is maybe if he goes to YouTube and starts dual streaming, maybe the platform goes, oh, well, you're not bringing in as much money over here anymore, or maybe we'll take that as a slight. Maybe they'll ban him more when he does things that are clearly against TOS. Maybe he'll lose the little good grace he probably has left.
I can go back to YouTube and become a full-time...
Yeah, you can't, this dude, it's like Mike Ehrmantraut said, no half measures, all right? You either go to YouTube or you go to Twitch and you live with it. And diversifying your income is probably the safer bet. If you already have the install base on Twitch, diversifying your income is probably the safer bet.
A plan, I can go back to YouTube and become a full-time YouTube live streamer. Instead of saying... you view count Andy'd yourself, or this is a view count Andy situation.
I think that you just put that on me. I wasn't even thinking that until you said it.
Understand that the view count in this circumstance is quite literally market dominance of ideology. Okay? Market dominance for an idea. A lot of you don't understand how this stuff works. You just assume, oh, he just cares about the viewership. He just cares about the bigger number.
Dude, when this guy's when he hits the relative wall, it's going to be so funny watching him squirm later. You know?
Okay.
Getting to watch this guy squirm is going to be so fucking fun when he inevitably starts slowing down.
Okay? You're being fucking stupid. Because it doesn't just mean the bigger number. What means for a higher viewership is a higher likelihood of bringing in fucking normies, not just creating a tiny little community of gate-kept esoteric ideology that is the most moral and the most perfect, but instead bringing in a steady stream of different.
What I don't understand about this perspective is he acts like there's a lot of like radical right-wing people on YouTube. And I mean, for a long time, those people were just permanently banned, and they're starting to pop back up again, for sure. Like, YouTube has let people back in. So is Twitch, but mostly YouTube. It's like, why don't you want to take the fight to them? Oh, I might lose my market dominance on a dying platform. Well, wouldn't it be more like, why don't you just come in and invade? Why don't you invade and I don't know, do a little fucking Snarks and Lannisters shit. Invade enemy territory. Take some fucking land. Hold it down. Hold down the fort, you know?
People with different opinions that are just going, oh, this is the top of the direct.
Sargon's still making content over here. A couple months ago, we found his channel, and he's apparently doing really well. I thought that Sargon was a dead meme from like 5 years ago, and people were like, no, dude, he's fucking back. People got mad at me when I was watching the Medicare video about the UKIP. They're like, why the fuck are you going? Dude, who gives a fuck about Sargon in 2025? I was wrong. People apparently give a lot. They care a lot.
Directory, let me click on it. People who aren't fucking socialists who are still clicking on just chatting broadcasts, okay? People who are not socialists but are on the fucking platform that are like, let me click to see what's going on in the world. Let me see what's happening in the universe. Let me see, let me go and watch fucking Asmongold, okay? You don't have to agree with me on this. Once again, that's why I'm sitting in the driver's seat and you're in the back.
I like for viewers that apolitical people just inherently exist, but if you try to like argue that there are people who aren't politically inclined and they might click into an Asmongold stream, if you try to say like, oh, there's a person who's not looking for politics, they click on Asmongold and they get politics, that's totally okay. If you say that you're a gaming streamer who just covers video games, and then some random loser comes in chat and goes, what is your position on abortion? What is your position on ICE? What is your position on the Israeli fucking genocide? What are you talking? Okay. Or Palestinian genocide. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. But apparently those are like normal, well-adjusted individuals, and you should just you should sit down and suck their cocks and stuff and stop your entire stream to go, oh, you know, I was in the middle right now of playing, I was in the middle of playing my Super Mario video game just now, but I actually want to stop and tell everybody what my positions are on gay marriage or something, or whatever the fuck, whatever current trending issue is. Guys, we haven't talked about trans people enough on this platform. I was hoping to spend the next 45 minutes detailing every single thought that I have about trans people, because one chatter asked me about it. The solution, by the way, is ban those people. Oh, God. What is your position on ice, soft or hard for skating? Dude, you know what the worst ice... I shouldn't even say it like that, because now obviously it's getting conflated with... Apparently, Madison Square Garden, this is a fucking random piece of information because you brought up ice skating. Madison Square Garden's ice is like very heavily criticized. I never knew how bad it was, but every playoff series, like Madison Square Garden's ice is fucking terrible. And I don't know how many other stadiums have this, but I went to a comedy show in Madison Square Garden, and obviously when you go to different events there, they have very different setups. So when I went to a comedy show, like when I went to the Drake concert up there, I was sitting on the Chase Bridge. It was cool, looked good, but they cover the ice surface with seating. When I went to the comedy show, I was sitting on the bottom, like where the ice is. They just put a bunch of shit on top of the ice, so it starts melting when you're walking on it, and there's like water seeping up through the cracks of the fucking surface. They don't even remove the ice layer. But I know they remove the ice layer for basketball, because they take out the ice, they build the basketball court, then they remove the basketball court, and they put the ice back, because obviously the Knicks and the Rangers play in the same stadium. So I find that interesting that at like a comedy show, maybe it depends on like how fast the game is after this, but I was surprised to know that when I was walking on top of this shit, there was fucking water seeping through the ground. Latink's ice. Now, I've been in the Nassau Coliseum as well, because that's where I went for graduation when I got my bachelor's degree. I was standing and I was looking up at the Islanders banners in their old stadium. But the surface was gone. I don't know. Maybe that was after they were already moving to Brooklyn, though. So maybe that would be the reason why they didn't do the same thing. But yeah, no. With the Madison Square Garden ice, they just cover it with shit when people go on, have to sit there. I don't know. This is a random fucking aside. I just find it interesting. This is the knowledge I bestow upon the world. If you ever want to watch one of those videos, they show the entire rink teardowns of them building it, down, like ripping it down and building it back up again. Let me see if I can find one of those quick. Ice to basketball. Time lapse. It's actually fucking super sick. Yeah, dude, here it is. Look at this shit, dude. So they rip the fucking thing out. They clear it off completely. Then they put the tile down, and they fill the fucking thing with water. How many people thought the ice was white? And it's not just tile on the ground, and then they put that on? That might ruin it for a lot of people, knowing that that's just like literal fucking tile and there's ice on top. Yeah, I think it's cool as fuck. Sorry. Tangent over. Did you think it was milk? Water is clear, not white. I don't know, dude. Some people thought the ice was just that color because snow is white, you know? Maybe it's just fucking snow. Maybe it's just frozen, man. But they do that on like a night-to-night basis. Sorry. Back to the stream, back to the topic. Let's go.
I genuinely think dual streaming was a mistake.
So this is Hasan Piker talking about dual streaming.
I genuinely think dual streaming was a mistake.
Dude, he's got like the legal mindset Wi-Fi.
Good audience gets you boosted less on both sides. I agree. Yes, chatter, you are not wrong.
Back to Twitch.
It's been a somewhat of a failure.
It's been a failure. He's failed. Remember back, dude, when he first went to YouTube, everything was like, oh, dude, this is a tremendous W. Within a week, he's quit. Nobody's talking about it. He invaded YouTube and gave up that space immediately.
To be fair, though, this is IRL
He literally came in, took Winterfell, got slaughtered.
stream, and it's Saturday, so
he said he was doing great up until the moment that he realized that Asmongold was having higher concurrent because he was split over 2 platforms.
it's like also the other reason why the
Yeah, he fucking Theon'd out, dude.
numbers are dog shit. Like, let's be real. I mean, our Zoran stream wasn't like that. Zoran stream was like 20K as well when we did it. People only. This is one of the issues with like being there, being the person that's there before they become, you know, a nationally prominent campaign. Anytime you leave the house and the audio levels are like even a little bit tweaked, people lose their minds and don't want to watch. If I'm not doing full-blown news coverage, people lose their minds and don't want to watch.
Wow, dude, completely different topic. People aren't interested in it. People might not like IRL streaming. I don't like IRL streaming, to be clear. If a streamer that I enjoyed watching was doing IRL shit, I probably would skip it. Some people just do not like cringe IRL encounters where fucking millionaire streamers walk around and pretend they're normal.
If I'm doing IRL, some people don't like that. Some people don't like when I have guests on, even at home. So
Dude, if we're doing all these Game of Thrones memes, I think that iDubbbz would be the Kingslayed. Not the Kingslayer. The Kingslayed.
if I cared exclusively about viewership and not about, like, you know, making stuff like this happen, I would just sit at home and I would do desktop streams and I would do just regular news coverage all day, every day.
So yeah, that's not good. Bro's acting like desktop streams aren't already 99% of what he offers. I don't need Twitch. Okay, probably I do. Yeah. Multi-streaming could be as simple and as easy as an OBS plugin. Why wouldn't he just keep streaming on both? Like, genuinely, is there any reason? Because, like, no one is watching. He's got to make at least a little from YouTube. Why bother? Ego can't have small number. Can't break TOSs flippantly. True. On Twitch, he's the golden child wherever... Yeah, this is totally accurate. This is it. That's the reason. What happened to him getting over 100K on his first stream? It definitely wasn't bots, and his fans were trying to deny it was. I'm not convinced it was bots. It's pretty normal. No, I mean, like,
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5, my man.
I mean, Dr. Disrespect had huge fucking numbers on his return stream. It could have been bots, but it could have just been people going to watch the fucking train crash, you know, like, oh, big streamer coming over here, it's like a big event. But after that, you just start like draining viewers. It's very rare to have like consistent numbers that high. Usually your first stream is like your best stream, and then after that you find out what your numbers actually look like if you're making the jump. Hasan Piker is now fighting with his audience over who is suffering worse, Gaza or Ukraine, so that's fun.
Back to fucking Hogwatch though. Winter in Ukraine is not like in Gaza. You're right, dude.
Dude, winter is coming.
That's why the Gaza genocide is not a real genocide, because the winter conditions in
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, this guy's such a fucking loser.
winter in Ukraine is not like in Gaza.
Why the fuck would you even listen? Why would you even engage with his chat and start fucking doing this? You don't look good in this scenario, no matter what he says.
Winter in Ukraine is not like in Gaza. You're right, dude. That's why the Gaza genocide is not a real genocide, because the winter conditions in Ukraine are far worse.
Dude, I love that. That should be a new meme. It's like, you know what? I really don't like that the new Pokemon game is $30. Oh yeah, dude. What does that mean? The fucking Palestinian genocide just isn't real? Dude, what do you mean? Oh, well, I'm not really looking to spend $30 on Pokemon Leaf Green in the year of 2026. Oh, that's fine, dude. You just think it's okay when all those people got fucking raped or whatever in Gaza.
I can't even make a...
You have to just drop all the Gaza Israel talking points in every piece of content you're producing.
fucking comparison between Russia's violent actions in Ukraine and then tied...
Did you see he just opened YouTube memberships and then he fucking left? Is that true? That's funny if that's true.
back to American imperialism without someone chirping in and talking to me about how Ukrainians have it much worse. Okay? It's not a fucking competition, dickhead. The fuck's wrong with you? And no, objectively, people in Gaza have it much worse. What are you talking about? Jeez.
Why would you fight on this? Like, why would you even... This is just something, it's like, oh, if you don't agree with... If you do agree with what he's saying, you go, well, this is a troll. Like, why would you do this? Why would you have any interaction here?
Jesus Christ. Dude, suck my dick. I can't believe it, dude. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude. It's not like I'm taking a fucking pro-Russian stance here. I'm also talking about the suffering that Ukrainian people are withstanding. But even then, there has to be a fuckhead in the chat.
There's got to be a tier list, dude. The genocide tier list. We need to establish who are the true victims.
There has to be an absolute...
What you have to understand is... Listen, I love Dylan Burns, all right? And my heart goes out to the people who are fighting in Ukraine still to this day. But if you can't acknowledge that you're like a C-tier genocide, then I don't really know what the fuck to tell you guys, all right? Guys, the Palestinian genocide, that's up there in the A tier, okay? But unfortunately, dude, I mean, dude, why are we doing this? What is happening right now?
Shit,
This is a Sabra tier list?
monstrous dipshit in the chat that will turn around and be like, well, actually, the people of Gaza who have withstood a genocide for 2.5 years with unlimited weapons support from the United States of America.
Where does China land on the genocidal tier list? They're F tier. F tier.
Whose tents are now flooding, whose children are fucking dying to hypothermia. Even
they're not even on the list. We can't even have them next to any of these nations.
Now, in this so-called ceasefire process, they're actually doing great.
Where would you rank the Rwandan genocide? Is that the hotel one? I remember I saw a movie in school called Hotel Rwanda. I remember that.
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking blackpilled.
I know
on this
that
shit.
one. I fucking know that one.
From my tax return.
And I didn't even have
remember to do
Thank
your
you.
taxes, everyone.
Yes. Okay. So I remember that one in particular. I remember that one because I learned about it in school.
Comparison.
Nick, oh my God, Nick, what? What did I do? What about Coney 2012? Wasn't that like, I don't know. Nick, no. Wait, am I wrong? That was a very, very bad one. You're well educated. Thank you. Thank you. History major, Nicholas. Yes. Well, most of the shit that I talked about, I learned against my will. I knew that one.
Yeah, let's rank the suffering. Jesus Christ, the United States is now intercepting oil tankers in the Indian Ocean that dare to carry...
Immediately, US. Wait, do I look bad right now by doing a tier list about... US bad, guys. Did you guys know the US is bad? Oh, guys, ignore what I had to say. Why would you even care, bro? There's fucking oil tankers getting fucking taken for the... Wait, I thought it was base to fucking hijack ships. I thought that was a base thing. Wait, what? Hutch calls out Hasan for saying that he would vote third party. So this is a clip that's going to have a couple of follow-ups here. There's a lot of this in a minute. So Hasan Piker went on a podcast and he's like, listen, dude, if JD Vance and like fucking Gavin Newsom were going up for office, you know what I would do? I'm voting fucking Jill Stein, baby! Jill Stein! Let's
Nick
go!
just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Hasan is such a rage-filled person, which makes his eventual fail all the more sweeter.
Dude, if you're voting third party, you're just donating your vote. Your vote is a donation.
I just saw Keffel's
It's an absolute waste of a
Nicholas
vote.
DeOrio.
Keffel's appreciated the shout out.
Hotter take, if you're in
2.5
places like New
years?
York, your vote probably
This
doesn't matter
dipshit
either.
doesn't know these two places have been fighting each other since the 50s.
Yeah. So let's play this clip right now. This is the clip that everyone's freaking out about.
Disappointed in
Who do you
Gavin
vote
Newsom.
for, JD Vance or Gavin Newsom?
Well, I'd have to vote for Gavin Newsom.
Me
of
too.
course, 100%.
I wouldn't blink. What about you, Hasan?
I'd probably vote third party.
You would?
By the way, all of his friends have been running defense for this. They'll just inject it into random conversations. It's like, well, you can't get mad at Casey Trod because if you get mad at Casey Trod, then maybe you'd have to get mad at those people who said that, holy shit, you should have voted for Kamala Harris when the Democrats didn't even earn our vote. Guys, the Democrats earning our vote is a losing talking point when you've lost the election. You don't get to be picky when you lose your election. When fucking orange rapist Hitler pedophile man Epstein's Island list who's trying to fucking kill all the immigrants or whatever the fuck, committed trans genocide based on policy, or who's trying to fuck it. Dude, this is what I've been hearing for like half a decade, all right? The entire Biden presidency, all of these fucking streamers were talking about how super Hitler rapist pedophile man was going to destroy the fucking country and the economy was going to tank and everyone's lives were going to be irreparably harmed and all the trans people were going to die and then all the fucking all the fucking immigrants were going to be fucking ripped from their families and put in cages or deployed back to their home country through a Gatling gun
Nicholas
or blown out of the country with a
Keffel's
fucking
appreciated
cannon.
the shout
Okay,
out.
this is what I've been hearing for
No
years.
refunds, LMAO.
And then they turn around and go, Kamala would have been worse. Okay, dude, they've literally been fucking defending this the entire fucking time. And now they're just like, dude, listen, fuck it.
Newsom,
Me
of
too.
course, 100%.
I wouldn't blink.
There's no
What
doubt.
about you, Hasan?
I'd probably vote third party.
You would?
These are the best promotions of the Republican Party I've literally ever fucking seen. Dude, why do you even need... Honestly, I think right-wing creators do worse for Republican fucking causes than the fringe far-left political idiots who are trying to advocate that you vote third party and let the Republicans come back through and win the next round of elections.
I just, fuck him, dude. Fuck him. Opposition. Political opposition.
It's like, well, I'm not really involved. I don't like voting blue no matter who. It's like, you know what? If this was 10 years ago, maybe not even 10 years ago, if this was when I was growing up and we're talking about an entirely different cast of characters before online politics seeped into real world politics and everything is a fucking joke, you know what? Sure. Okay, fine. Listen, people have voted over party lines before. Not a huge deal. But when you spend fucking 8 years of your online streaming career saying that Hitlerite pedophile rapist man is coming to ruin everyone's lives and fucking throw children in cannons back to fucking Mexico and fucking black crime is going to be fucking targeted by police officers under this guy and fucking... and the you can't just surrender an election to that guy without people going, what? Now, do I think that Hasan Piker could single-handedly swerve the vote or something like that?
Can I say something
No,
to you, Nick?
absolutely not.
I really like
but I
that.
don't really take
Why?
you seriously after fucking 8 years of fearmonger politics, some of which didn't even turn out to be that fearmongery, some of which turned out to be very fearmongery, and then just turn around and go, yeah, fuck it. Kamala would have been worse. Over what? Over what, by the way? Because she laughed? Oh, no, because you laughed at her when she didn't denounce the Israeli rapes on October 7th? Was that really worth, like, tanking your entire discography of fucking political content on social media? Was that really fucking worth it? Is this one singular topic that lucrative for people who are covering it? that you would basically just kind of stab your trans viewers in the back. The funny part is, I think he says that the reason why he wouldn't want to vote Gavin Newsom in this clip is over trans issues.
Not
trans people, of course, were absolutely like tossed up on a platter by most political streamers on Twitch when they weren't monetizable anymore.
on the team, guys. He is not on the team. He is indifferent to Republicans having power and all of the people that are harmed by that happening. He is opposition, okay? In no uncertain terms. This is nuts. This is a fucking bananas thing to say a year into this administration. 2 dead people in fucking Minnesota.
Are you watching the Olympics? Bro, tomorrow Team USA is starting. I think they have the easiest schedule I've ever seen. I think Latvia is their toughest game. I'm watching all that shit, dude. Unless I'm here.
Minnesota, wow. Minnesota, how many people did we send to fucking like a torture prison in Seacott? Didn't we send possibly like American citizens?
Listen,
there?
dude, everything that's happening from ICE to fucking tariffs, Kamala would have done all that. You can't prove that Kamala wouldn't have done that. To be clear, honestly, you can't prove that Kamala Harris wouldn't have opened fire and killed every member of Congress. Please try to prove right now that Kamala Harris wouldn't have launched a nuclear bomb and blew up Texas. You can't prove that. You have no idea what she would have done. You have no idea what she would have done, but you act like you do.
On accident. The mass deportation program, ICE terrorizing civilians, millions dead, USAID cuts, 11-week blockade of aid going into Gaza, which very nearly caused a mass starvation event.
None of this shit, Nick. Come on. Well,
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking blackpilled on this shit.
This is why you are my favorite streamer. No political bullshit.
Thank you.
Stay based, Nick.
I appreciate it.
Very close to being officially
no politics on this channel ever. No politics, never.
He designated a famine. Dismantling the Department of Education.
All right, enough Hutch. Thank you. Lonerbox did great here. That's now a joke on the channel, to be clear. All right, because I absolutely fucked that up one time, and now I'm gonna meme my way through it. So Ethan Klein posted this with the girl with a microphone clip. He is prepared to do a virtue signal on us further into fascism because he faces zero consequences and reaps all the social capital.
I don't think Hasan and his orbiters actually want progressive change. I think they want to keep Trump in power to make profit off of their audience's anger.
But here's the thing. There's also money to be made off of, like, if Kamala was in office, they would have talked about Trump trying to run again for another 4 years, and they would have made a bunch of money off of it. This is what I don't understand. Why is it that leftist content creators have significant, like, in the beginning, when Trump first got elected, all of their content got, like, worse. All the breadtuber content got worse. They weren't even talking about it. That's like fucking red panty night for breadtubers. You can make so much money milking that. But they stopped doing it, and they were making videos about how they couldn't afford rent instead. And then all the content that probably would have been American politics, the vast majority of it these days is just fucking fighting over desert wars in Israel and Palestine. Where's the... Dude, everyone wants to talk about American politics except for Americans who spend all their time talking about fucking Israel and Palestine all day. I don't know. Like, no wonder these guys aren't making any money. They're not talking about American politics. Hasan picks a side. I do think, and again, I'm not trying to minimize what's going on over there, but I am arguing that I do think it's not a fucking huge voter issue. I don't think the average voter, when they get up to the polls, are thinking, but what about Israel? I don't think that's a huge fucking factor for them. So it's weird that it's like literally dominating the entire conversation. And I thought the same about trans issues before this. I don't think that the majority of people who are stepping up to a voting booth are going, how will this affect trans people? I think these are like niche political issues that are the most important topics in any online discourse at any given moment. That's why, again, I don't think that online politics reflects real world politics. And I'm not saying that nobody thinks about this stuff. They definitely do. I just don't think the majority does. Yeah, so this is the full clip.
For him. Disappointed in
Who
Gavin
do you vote
Newsom.
for, J.D. Vance or Gavin Newsom?
Well, I'd have to vote for Gavin Newsom,
Me
of course,
too.
100%.
I wouldn't blink.
There's no
What
doubt.
about you, Hasan?
I'd probably vote third party.
You would?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at that point, it doesn't even matter. Like, because my policy on this is the same as, like, my refusal to endorse Kamala Harris. The reason why I did not endorse Kamala Harris was because she did things that were not only unproductive, but also unconscionable.
She was going against Mr. Hitler, pedophile rapist, man. I mean, this is like, I don't think you can say this. You can't be nuanced about Kamala Harris and then fucking fearmonger about Trump for like 5 years. I think that's insane.
But
I can't take both of those things seriously.
And I still stand on that. I still talk about it all the time because people constantly bring it up. They're like, you didn't sufficiently like promote Kamala Harris. You're the reason why she lost. And I'm like,
he's not the reason why she lost, but he also didn't promote her.
I am incapable. There is no singular force in this country that is capable of making or breaking an election. And if
I agree with this, I totally agree with this. It's also a straw man that stupid people argued, and now he'll use it every chance he can to deflect from the actual criticism. But I totally agree with him here. It just doesn't matter.
That was real, then it is the most idiotic thing not to listen to Mike.
He's not specifying what she did. It's because she didn't. It goes back to the comments that were made about the genocide and October 7th. That's what it is.
Demands, but everybody knows that that's not real, right? If I had this
again, so many people rally being like, dude, you're putting Israel again and you could argue our government puts Israel first too often with the amount of money that we send over there, with the deals that we have with them. You could absolutely argue that Israel first in America is a problem, but again, your politics is Palestine first. It's not necessarily a reflection of like it's funny though, we spend 4 years talking about trans issues in every single political debate until Palestine becomes the main topic, like the main lucrative topic over at Twitch, and then all of a sudden it's Palestine first and fuck everybody else.
Singular force to be able to make Kamala Harris the president, then Kamala Harris should be coming to me every day and being like, let me do a collab with you, please.
Totally.
Right? That's not the case, of course, and they know it. That's why they didn't do it. But the campaigns are always responsible for whether or not they are able to win the crowds, win the population over.
This should not be a close race. And I think that maybe Hasan Piker at the time just did not think it would be a close race, so maybe it didn't matter.
Commentator of the year, the best
and now
commentator
after the fact, all he could do is cope about it.
Thank you for being so generous, Heart.
But if we're exclusively going by words out of Hasan Piker's mouth, it shouldn't have mattered if he endorsed Kamala Harris or not, because there should be no stratosphere where things play out the way they did.
And you know,
so I think that his viewers should have some questions for him, because they probably went into that election not realizing where everybody stood.
Combat against the couch, not necessarily even against the Republican Party, but usually you're fighting against the couch, people who just don't go out and vote. And for me, the way I see it is if the
Nicholas
Democrats...
DeOrio streamed about this last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking black-pilled on this shit.
The St. Peter's baby known as Hasan Piker is being a baby that moderate politicians don't want to interact with him because he totally is a moderate, trust me.
I just don't understand something. What is your point as a political content creator if not to encourage people to go out and vote for the candidate that you would like to win? I mean, when you look at the top, like the echelon of value that comes from political content creators, it comes out of like, who is canvassing? Who is doing in real life events? Who is debating in public settings? Right? Like that's what you're looking at. It's not just who throws the most amount of money, it's who's knocking on doors. And that's usually what people look to and go, oh, that's somebody who gives a shit. If you can't even be fucked to like endorse a candidate, then why are you even making like political content on what is your end goal here? I don't know.
Democratic establishment makes this decision one more time, just as they did with Hillary Clinton, just as they did with Kamala Harris, and in some ways just as they...
You see, not voting sends a message. To who? Fucking Mexicans who became citizens a decade ago but look too dark-skinned or something, so somebody pulled them over?
They did with Joe Biden.
I'm sure that message received. Dude, guy who was just kicked into the face by a soldier who has an actual identity and has an actual license in his pocket, who they find after the fact. Yeah, that guy, message received loud and clear from Hasan to that guy.
And as well, which led to Trump too.
Commentator of the year, the best
then they just don't care.
Listen, the message doesn't go out to me. Fucking white guy with a YouTube channel. Message didn't make it to me.
Not much I can do.
Let me tell you something. I agree with
the message goes out to the people who he claims he gives a fuck about.
Everything you say, but as a person who lived in a red state for 50 years, I would crawl through 10 feet of concrete to vote for Gavin Newsom, even though I think he's duplicitous, a hypocrite, a thirst trap.
Bro, you defended his fucking dog. Why is this person talking about politics? Wasn't she an expert in leashes or something? What the fuck is she doing here?
Hungry for power, all of the things that you say, and harms the Democratic Party and sets the psychological soil to be more prey to fascism.
This was his fucking, this is my source on shock collars or some shit. Why the fuck is she here?
All of that.
That's the only reason I know her.
I agree with. But there are so many.
Who the fuck wrote thirst trap in my chat? That's deplorable. Deplorable. Dude, a deployable thirst trap. That's what I see when I look at her.
Young, queer, black, brown, marginalized people in red states. And even though this corporate Democrat is...
Oh, she said it. Okay, I thought you said that she was a thirst trap. I was like, dude, what the fuck? She's wearing a turtleneck, my guy.
You see it in a long-term game. In the short-term game, a President Newsom over a President J.D. Vance.
I thought my chat was gooning hard. This dude would vote third party in a Mario versus Bowser. Yeah, dude. That's fucking, dude, come on. Then he takes credit for Mandami. Nepo baby privilege, easy to take that position when you're rich, straight, white passing and won't feel any of the harm and results. What an ignorant prick. Bro said he's the biggest left-wing streamer and he helped Madami get elected and then takes absolutely zero responsibility for Kamala losing. Again, I don't think he has any responsibility to take. I just find it really funny. I just think it's insane. Hasan drops a series of tweets and he didn't like this, guys. He did not like this discourse. He was not really happy about it. He was not excited at all whatsoever. But Hasan dropped a series of tweets in response to him saying he'd vote third party in a hypothetical Newsom-Vance matchup. So first, he went, shit libs who don't care about losing to Trump now want you to obey and advance to their hypothetical establishment candidate while there isn't even a guarantee there will be an election in 2 years from now, using marginalized people as a cudgel as Gavin throws trans people under the bus. Wait, the bus? Which bus? The battle bus you guys threw them under like literally fucking last year? Dude, I'm sorry, if I'm a trans member of your audience, bro, I'm pissed at you. And it's not just about the debate where he was arguing, saying that he understood trans issues more than trans people in the chat who were talking to him. It's just like, dude, they became like a secondary issue as soon as the Israel-Palestine stuff went through. That's so fucking funny. That is so fucking funny. But yeah, I mean, dude, I don't... Shitlibs who don't care about losing to Trump now want you to obey in advance. Are you calling yourself a shitlib? Because you clearly didn't care about losing to Trump in the last election. You didn't see it necessary to promote Kamala Harris as a candidate. So you don't really care either. When asked if he'd vote for Gavin Newsom or J.D. Vance for president, Hasan said he'd vote third party. You're in a sex cult led by a pedophile streamer. All right, we're casting a bit of a wide net there. That could be anybody. That could be literally anybody. But I'm sure if I keep reading, it will get a bit more specific. You're in a sex cult led by a pedophile streamer. The day he goes Republican, you will too. All right, still a wide net. It could be anybody. You didn't care when he boosted Sam Hyde. All right, still could be anybody. Pedophile streamer, going Republican, boosted Sam Hyde. I can name with my hand like at least 6 people this could be. Nick Fuentes or Lauren. Now that narrows it down. Nick Fuentes, Sam Hyde, and Lauren Southern is a very specific list of people that he could be calling out. Dude, my whole chat's like, he's talking about Destiny! He's talking about Destiny! It's Destiny! Are you talking about Destiny? It's Destiny! I think he's talking about Destiny. Don't talk to me about obeying in advance. Vote blue no matter who got us in this... Wait, what does that mean? Dude, this is such a funny sentence. Vote blue no matter who got us in this mess. If you voted blue no matter who, and if everyone was just doing that, I don't see how that's a losing strategy. What are we... Dude, what does that even mean? Guys, we voted Democrat way too much. They're not winning anymore. We can't vote blue anymore. We have to vote third party. It's the only way to save the fucking... Okay. You're just as medically stupid as the MAGA cult. Bend the knee to the left. You already did with Zoran. The midterms just started and y'all are crying about the general. Do you even want free healthcare? Do you want free college? Do you want to stop Israel? I'll vote for anyone who sincerely believes in making that happen. I can't stress this enough. I think that the majority of like young voters do want free college. I think that the majority of young voters would like free healthcare in some capacity, or they're leaning towards these are issues that they would care about. But I think linking free healthcare with free college and stopping Israel, I think you're kind of just weaving that third one in there. I don't think that any voter is even like I don't think not any voter. I don't think the majority of voters care this much about the Israel-Palestine conflict. I just don't think they do. I do not think. I think it's overrepresented. That's a funny thing to say about Israel. But I do think that Israel is overrepresented in a lot of these online discussions. I don't think the average American voter cares. Dude, there Israel goes, being overrepresented again. I do not think people care this much about Israel. I just don't think they do. Well, and Palestine specifically. I don't think they care about Israel or Palestine that much. I'm not worried about your comrade, Stacey. I've seen the way you maintain party discipline once. Our electeds are in power. I don't know who Stacey K is. It's November 5th, 2024. The unthinkable has happened. Hitler has been reelected. The next 4 years will be bad. I need to quit my job, sell my house, and move to a state with laws to protect me. But at least I won't have to listen to, I'm going to vote third party for a while. I don't know who Stacey is, but this is like a good rendition of what these streamers were saying before completely switching up as soon as Trump won the election, or even leading up to it as soon as Biden dropped out. Like, so Biden dropping out that late when everyone predicted that Biden should have dropped out broke everybody. It literally just completely raped their brain when it happened. Because a lot of these guys spent months debating on why he should stay in, or why he shouldn't have dropped out earlier, and then he dropped out and it was just a fucking catastrophe. Dude, this is, I mean, I don't know. Stacey's mom has got it. Okay, I thought you were going to give me info on her, and that was not what I thought I was reading. Where are all those streamers who were like, we have to protect women, we have to protect women? Oh, they're on stream telling us that it doesn't matter. Kamala would have been just as bad. Is this not crazy to you? Do you know how long I've had to listen? You know how many debates I've had to watch? Be it Destiny or Hasan or Vosh. Do you know how many fucking debates that I have watched since 2020? It's clown world. I don't know. I don't think that any of these guys are serious about anything. Codify, yes, Codify. I don't think any of these people literally believe anything. Is that fucking... Oh, it's Mike from PA. I saw purple. I'm like, is that fucking me? But my thing's not even purple. So Hasan started crashing out, apparently.
You're yelling at one of the few people that does give a fuck about trans people in general, okay? You're yelling at one of the few people that does give a fuck about trans people in general, okay? That's all you're doing. Democrats don't give a fuck about you. They would literally shoot you.
My point is, though, they should have codified... If this was a huge fucking deal, it should have been codified in 2008. Boom.
Yelling at one of the few people that does give a fuck about trans people in general, okay? That's all you're doing. Democrats don't give a fuck about you. They would literally shoot you in the fucking head if it meant that they would be able to secure additional...
It was Supreme Court, but wasn't the whole discourse about packing the fucking thing? Was it I forgot, was it Biden didn't want to pack the court? And then all of a sudden, the Supreme Court justices got approved? This is back when, what's his name, was getting accused, when he's like, I like beer. I really like beer.
Electoral wins. Shut the fuck up.
Nick DeOrio 2028. Yo, I got this, dude. I got this. I'll be the first one to tell I have no fucking idea. And I would be horrible. But yeah. Yelling at one of the few people who does give a fuck about trans people. Mind you, this is the same guy who famously raged at a trans chatter for giving extremely light criticism of his terrible performance at a trans debate he had against Christian Walker. I hate the few people that care lie. He's just going to depress a lot of trans people by doing this. Okay. Jesus. It's official. Hasan only pretends to be woke to morally grandstand. Only a few people that care about trans people is so fucking toxic. Yeah, I don't think that you can make this argument about Hasan. Maybe you could make this argument like 4 years ago, but I don't think you can this year.
You're yelling at one of the few people that does give a fuck about trans people in general, okay? That's all you're doing. Democrats don't give a fuck about you. They would literally shoot you in the fucking head if it meant that they would be able to secure additional electoral wins.
Nicholas DeOrio
Shut
streamed
the
about
fuck
this
up!
last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of
Nick DeOrio 2028. It can't
Nicholas
possibly get
DeOrio
worse.
2028. It can't possibly get worse.
Nick will be the third party candidate Hasan inevitably votes for on accident. Oh God. Yeah, I don't think Hasan cares. I am gonna pop over to this probably at the end, depending on how long this segment goes. But I do want to show the Denim stuff now. This is a clip that I found after my stream ended. I don't think we covered this, where Denims was talking about Hasan Piker back in like the she wanted to have sex with Destiny days. There's like the pre wanting to have sex with Destiny and the post wanting to have sex with Destiny. And this is during the pre era.
Everyone on the left is so socially woke that they feel like they can't possibly be wrong. Point in case Hasan. Like if Hasan thinks he's morally more virtuous than someone.
Nick DeOrio 2028. I finally learned empathy after
True!
turning 30. Free pinball for all.
Who's Pinball, dude? What did he do?
That they feel like they can't possibly be wrong. Point in case Hasan. Like if Hasan thinks he's morally more virtuous than someone else, he just like flames them. I'm forgetting the word I wanted to use, but he just flames them. Like he doesn't actually make any genuine good faith arguments towards.
Wow, you think Hasan just flames people and never makes good faith arguments? Isn't that crazy that you literally suck his dick for doing exactly that current day?
Other people, you know what I mean?
Like, what would your rationale be on why this position would change? I am open to hearing what new circumstance has come in or what is different when he just goes after and just starts slandering random fucking people who literally have like nothing to do with the issues that are like he's mad about.
Like he doesn't like give
because he doesn't just do it in an isolated situation. He does it to literally everybody. That is his tactic against everything all the time.
I'm forgetting the word I wanted to use, but he just flames them. Like he doesn't actually make any genuine good faith arguments towards other people. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't like give people any amount of benefit of the doubt. He just starts railing on people. One of the things that really frustrates me is that people on the left will they adopt all left ideologies. So it's all just like, well, I accept this and this and this and this, and there's no like form of questioning, I guess, which is very frustrating for me. Everyone on the
You might be thinking that she finally had a good take, but unfortunately she followed it up by recounting how she would... What? What?
I'm sorry I don't have any mustard. I actually really like the way mustard tastes. And I used to drink entire ketchup bottles when I was younger, but we don't have any ketchup at home right now, so we settle.
I used to drink entire what? How? What is happening? Okay. So, yeah, also People Voice, what? Denims on why she made Asmongold so mad. By the way, dude, the smug thing is like a new thing. She wasn't always like, I guess like anger-inducingly smug.
At this point, he would have made a bunch of jokes.
Yes.
He would have smeared my character. He would have smeared it by saying like, well, who even cares what this person... Everybody knows...
Well, nobody cares what you think. That's the reason why you're talking about people who...
Oh, what's that you're doing right now? Exactly what I said you would do if you weren't mad. Because I'm reading you like a book, so now you have to prove that you're not mad by doing what I said.
All right, but I don't even think that you can read.
Milk that so much harder. Big content strategy problems here, Nick. I'll help you.
Can Denims
maximize your
actually
money,
read?
right?
I would be surprised if she could read. Denims, you should try to read one page of a Harry Potter book on stream to prove that you can read.
Okay, good doggy. Now,
of my choice, you can't read it ahead of time or have someone read it to you.
Bark. Now roll over.
People do care what they think. You're a worthless nobody, and you'll always be a worthless nobody.
That's
what's that?
That's why you have to sell.
Insulting me. Okay, now good dog. Now bark. Sit. Good dog.
What are you filming more content for your Fansly page? What's happening?
Porn of yourself.
Aren't you supposed to be in the...
Pay for your lawsuit because you were too stupid to
Dude, now she's gonna dress up like a dog and hold another picture of Hitler in her porn.
understand fair use. You're worthless.
Also, yeah, I wouldn't be bringing up dogs right now. I don't know if that's a good optics move for you personally.
You'll always be.
Are you gonna yank his tail next and yell place?
Worthless.
Oh
It doesn't matter.
no, another person calling me a whore. My life is ruined. No. But the funny thing about this is that to prove that he's not mad, that he's super not mad about Emaru, he's doing what I said that he normally would do if he wasn't mad. Because
By the way, the reason why Asmongold is mad here, and I'm not going to defend Asmongold on the vast majority of things that he's been saying recently, but he's probably upset that his friend that he did a podcast with is getting brigaded by retards like Denims. That's kind of the issue here, and forced to issue a public statement that she shouldn't have made to begin with.
There's a KFC.
I'm sure it is personal.
The only books Denims reads are pop-up books, and she can't even read that. Cue
I
the
read
50 Dr. Zeus video.
him to filth, and he has no response. So
yeah, it's like, haha, you're mad I'm attacking your friend who quite literally didn't do anything.
he has to prove how not mad he is by saying, no, I'm not mad. See, I'm so not mad that I'm going to do all the things that you just told me that I wouldn't do if I wasn't mad. I'm proving it to you right now. I'm proving it to you right now. See, this is how not mad I am. I did exactly what you told me to. Now, can I get a treat?
Shouldn't be.
But he's actually really mad.
Yep.
Why is he even doing this? Every word says that he cares about what I think.
You should. I've learned how this doesn't work. You should debate Asmongold on how mad he is. It'll go fantastic. It certainly went for me.
I just have that effect on men, I guess. Speak on it. Which, again,
by the way, peak bisexual lighting in the background. You got your blues and pinks and purples.
Again, it's not
not enough like blue color.
About that. It's about Emaru. And it's about his personal experiences and his personal loyalties. And unfortunately,
wouldn't his personal loyalty to be like friends with Emaru?
I found something that hurt him. That's what it is.
That's true. Yep, that's right. Absolutely. Sit there.
And then Asmongold found the Cinderella. Anyway, Ethan went over this more. I want to take a look at what he had to say about it.
Denims. Talking about Denims.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Nicholas
I
DeOrio streamed about
Thank
this last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking
I
black-pilled on
appreciate
this
your
shit.
contribution to the channel.
talking about Denims too. So, what were we even shitting on her for on Monday? I don't even remember now.
Her demanding Emaru say fuck ice, or she's a Nazi.
Oh yeah, the fuck ice meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
Ironic, she was melting down while saying fuck ice. Am I right, Zach? Come on.
You said earlier Hasan hitting the wall would be funny. Imagine her. I don't think she's going to make it that long.
Now? Come on. Well, people have done...
I genuinely do not think that Denims has like longevity. I don't know why anyone watches anything she makes.
Digging, all right? And some new... I don't know how people do it, but there's new old Denims clips that have come up, and they're very good. For example, here she is doing her very best Dennis Prager.
I was told... Okay, listen, Mr. Klein. Calm the fuck down.
Very good.
Dennis Prager? Dennis Prager?
For example...
From PragerU?
Here she is doing her very best Dennis Prager endorsement.
Incest. Prager.
She's pro-incest.
Oh, wait, is that... yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that. She fucks with incest.
Can I?
Is Dennis Prager into incest? The Dennis Prager clip that I always reference, and it's the one that was that we recently watched on the channel, is when he made a video defending what is it, Confederate soldiers like statues being up. And I can understand the argument for like this is a historical figure or whatever from a local area, whatever. Okay, I don't know if I agree with it, but I can understand the argument. But he called him he said that he crushed the anti-slave rebellion led by radical abolitionist John Brown. That was what the PragerU video said. As one of the positives for the Robert E. Lee statue is that he crushed a slave rebellion by radical abolitionists. I've never heard the phrase radical abolitionists before, but it is to this day one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my entire life. Excuse me? Dude, it is one of the funniest fucking videos I've ever seen. People are not knowing what this is. I have to find it again. Does anyone know where I think I have to pull the Vosh video. Vosh, PragerU, slavery. Because I don't know if I'm going to find the raw right now. Yeah, unfortunately we have to watch Vosh. Here.
Yeah, this is actually PragerU.
Yeah, that people thought it was a parody when it came out. This is an actual video that was uploaded. It's like 2 normal facts and then insane pro-slavery propaganda. Please Please ignore the horse on the right side of the screen.
You're selling that as a positive?
Oh, wait, we're too far. Back.
Free track on YouTube and like down audio mixing on this video is so bad. Did they just find like a free track on YouTube and like download it and just like overlay the audio without checking the mix? Did they?
His wife, Martha Washington's great-granddaughter.
Nobody cares.
Lee's home at...
Damn, dude, should we just put statues up of every fucking distant...
All right, thank you, Vosh. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Relative? What?
Today, it is the site of Arlington National
Wow,
Cemetery.
his house is the site of Arlington National Cemetery?
Okay.
After 30 years of military service, Lee led U.S. Marines to crush the attempted slave rebellion by radical abolitionist John Brown.
Bro.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
What's your argument? Loudly crying nauseated face.
Bro! This is insane!
Okay.
After 30 years of military service, Lee led U.S. Marines to crush the attempted slave rebellion by radical abolitionist John Brown in October 1859.
Wait! That you're selling that as a positive?
Dude, if anything, the funniest part of this is that the next part is funnier.
After 30 years of military service, Lee led U.S. Marines to crush the attempted slave rebellion.
I actually can't believe they're throwing this one.
So he goes through and he tries to find out if it's real, right? I think the next one, isn't the next one after? Yeah. Dude, just let this rip.
Free video.
In October 1859, 21 co-conspirators had seized a federal armory, and all of them were killed or captured, including John Brown, who was tried and hanged for treason.
Yeah, it was a slave rebellion. They were human property. They fucking killed a bunch of slave owners. They fucking ground your honky necks into the dirt. I guess they're still mad.
Lee deemed slavery a moral and political evil in any country.
Okay, all right, yeah, dude. Way to go. All right, listen, I've never said this before. I never said this before. Why? But with this screenshot, I agree with Robert E. Lee. What's next?
Then why did he kill the slave up?
That's a good question. Let's see what he says next.
Man, but considered it a greater evil to the white man than to the black race.
Okay, he lost me. He had me and he lost me. He had me and he lost. Dude, PragerU uploaded this video and they're dead serious. Robert E. Lee believed that slavery was a greater evil to the white man, than the black race. And they uploaded this to explain why the statue should stay up.
Since blacks are immeasurably better off here than in Africa.
Dude!
Is this really a PragerU video?
And then the next one is like his horse was named fucking Rhinoceros or something. Like the dude, it goes from like, slaves are, black people are immeasurably better off here than in Africa. The next one is like.
Opposing secession, Lee foresaw no greater calamity for the country than a dissolution of the Union. But when Virginia seceded in a close vote, Lee resigned his commission. Despite offers to command Union forces, Lee opted to organize the defense of his native state. After 4 years...
Okay, maybe he doesn't do the horse thing. I could have sworn he does some shit.
College conciliation upon his surrender. As president of Virginia's Washington College, he favored education for freed slaves, but opposed their right to vote.
Dude, okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it got normal after this. It doesn't.
Okay.
Dude, with fucking huge text.
Lee died from a stroke in 1870 and is buried beneath Lee Chapel in what's now Washington and Lee University. His legendary warhorse Traveler rests in a plot nearby.
Yeah, dude, it's like, guys, he didn't think that black people should vote after they're freed from slavery. Also, he's dead with his horse in a cemetery. So that's what I know about PragerU. It's the only thing I know about PragerU.
Very best Dennis Prager endorsement.
Incest.
She's pro-incest.
That's dude, I like this. This is a good clip, too.
Her very best Dennis Prager endorsement.
Incest.
Nicholas DeOrio.
By the way, thank you for the 5 gifted to BuzzTree. Why'd you think it was rhinoceros? I don't know, dude. Listen, I didn't know the name of the horse, so I just wanted the first animal I could think of. That was my top animal at the moment.
Is doing her very best Dennis Prager endorsement.
Incest.
She's pro-incest. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Listen, all right? Not to defend Denims on this talking point, It was a fucking wonky time back during COVID when no one had anything to debate about and people were tired of debating the 50th trans debate, okay? Something happened to the political debate community and all these fucking people were just like, hey, I'll tell you what the reality of the situation was. This is what happened. This is why people defended incest. This is why the incest debate talking points came up a lot. Do you know why? It's because of Destiny. That's like a meme. I understand. It's all because of Destiny. Everything's Destiny's fault. But Destiny was the top political streamer for a real long while that the current top political streamers, with the exception of Asmongold, watched to then learn how to make political content. There's a family tree that you can look at where it branches off from Destiny to Hasan to Vosh to Demon Mama to Xander. All these people all start at the same point. It was Destiny. Why is it that people want to farm people who don't understand politics and put them in positions where they don't understand the thing they're talking about, and they say something stupid or crazy, which I've demonstrated even today when I'm talking about the fucking Supreme Court shit. Literally, that's something that I just did on this stream. Why do they do that? Well, the reason why they do that is because Destiny made a shitload of money and got a ton of notoriety off the JonTron debate. That is why they do that. They act like they need to purity test people, and that's part of the reason in current day. But the reason why they're doing that is they're trying to emulate, they're trying to have their JonTron moment. They'll even call it a JonTron moment because that was what was successful back then. I don't like Destiny. I'm not a huge Destiny fan. Destiny's community hates me. I'm not trying to give him any fucking extra valor he doesn't earn. It's true. They're looking for their JonTron moment. Now, one of the things that Destiny did fairly early on when he was doing these debates every single week and every other day and having all these random people on, these fucking right-wingers, left-wingers and stuff, is that Destiny started arguing the incest stuff. If you could beat somebody in a debate about pedophilia or incest, that was like a big fucking, like, wow, holy shit, this guy's actually fucking deranged and retarded. So the incest debate talking points then kind of spawned from there. It's similar to like a vegan debate in terms of execution. So a lot of the people who were surrounding Destiny, who were orbiting Destiny, wanted to have their own incest debate moment. And some of them were clips like the one that you're about to watch. Some of them were like this. And other people, like Vosh, tried to escalate that. And that became the child porn debates. Now, Vosh has had a whole slew of other issues, but at like the surface level, this has always kind of happened. This whole grab a random thing to show your debate prowess or whatever, to dunk on people. That is where this comes from.
She fucks with incest.
Can I say this came up for me on my feed?
You're vegan. Look, I'm not trying to attack you for being vegan. You're probably very normal, okay? But vegan debate bros who hang out in Discord servers and start fighting over radical YMSs are some of the most annoying fucking people on the face of the earth. I absolutely fucking loathe people like that. I don't even think that YMS is necessarily vegan. He's got other motivations, but I'm saying, like, these types of people are extremely fucking annoying. All these people are extremely fucking annoying.
Do that. She fucks with incest.
Can I say this came up for me on my feed? I had no idea this was Denims. So
yeah, here's a good example. They're talking about the quote-unquote ethical CP debates that took place. One of the people who were involved in these, you'll go back and you'll look at this. There was a person who went by the name Amos Yee who showed up and he was arguing for ethical CP if it provided actually, I think he went a little bit further than the other people who were talking about this. And I remember that people defended him based off of like free speech and said that he should be allowed to have these talking points. And I know that a lot of the skeptics in the community, maybe even Sargon, I don't remember if it was specifically Sargon, were defending his right to vote. Not right to vote. Dude, I'm thinking of the fucking PragerU video. They opposed his right to fucking say what he wanted, but they supported his right to vote. No, they were defending him, and then he turned out to be an actual pedophile who had like tons of child porn, and he got like sent back to his fucking country of origin. That was like another real black mark on the politics community in like YouTube and Twitch. Mostly YouTube, I think, for him. But yeah, no. Actually, maybe Twitch around that time too. Yeah, he was like an actual pedophile. His right to vote, yeah.
I was like, who cares about this?
Yeah, almost. I didn't know. He's still getting deported. He hasn't been deported yet. Yeah, he's getting deported. That's the thing that's happening.
This random person. Because it looks nothing like her now.
Why are people saying she's having surgery? There's no way. I don't see... Like, what did she have surgery on? Is it the surgery of a push-up bra or something? She looks exactly the same. I agree.
Different.
I mean, I see the resemblance. I know what you mean. She sounds very different.
Yeah. Her nose.
That throws me off.
You think she got a nose? I mean, she has money to get a nose job. You know what's funny? She's probably still doing better than the average iDub stream on this. Her face is thinner. She looks so different. Okay, I'm going to blow your mind on this one. But sometimes if you take a clip from 7 years ago or something, people get a little older. People, when they're 22 or like 19, typically will look different when they're like 28 and 30. But maybe the nose is different. Maybe something happened. Maybe there's something that I'm not seeing here. But when people like, her face is skinnier, it's like, yeah, she's probably gained a couple of pounds, maybe, in 7 years, or, you know, like, I don't know. People get older.
Incest is weird.
She looks like a different race. I think her fucking setup is just like a little bit yellow. I don't. Maybe she's got a tan. Dude, what do you think, that she got fucking skin pigment surgery? I think we're overanalyzing this one.
Weird and a little gross, but
I feel like she's downplaying the weirdness and grossness of incest, right?
Well, she says a little weird.
It's a little gross. But
Adult
what she wants to say, what she didn't, is it's also a little hot. She's a freaking...
I think we've even joked about this on After Hours. We're like, oh, we're going to jump into the incest debate, guys, and why it's morally neutral. It was just a really fucking weird, cringe thing that people were doing. And people will still, to this day, defend this. I won't. I think that all these people... I think it's like absolutely insane.
Degenerate.
That's how I had to watch incest porn.
Exactly.
ethically completely fine if it's in between.
The example that I always bring up about the incest debates is Augie. Augie, if you don't know, is a friend of mine who runs a live stream show where he only uploads when a friend is completely publicly assassinated or a week before they get assassinated, and he has no idea. So all of his content has to focus on it because all of the unfortunate things happen every time my friend wants to stream. So that's Augie. One time he told me a story on a stream. You could probably find the clip where he was talking about how he was in debate club in high school, because he was. He was involved with, actually, I don't know about high school, but he was in debate club. And when he went to do these debate events and stuff like that, occasionally they would have them in his like local town hall or whatever the fuck he's doing. Like this like public building or whatever. That would be like a special, like, you know how, I don't know, in like the hockey tournaments or whatever, if you made the all-star team, you got to play in the Nassau Coliseum. In his debate club or whatever, I guess the big thing was going into like town hall and debating publicly in front of everybody, or parents or whoever wants to come and watch. So he didn't prep for this conversation, and his topic was talking about rape, you know, rape. And he wasn't prepped for it, so he got up there, and his position was arguing why male rapes do not happen. And you're thinking, that's crazy. Why would somebody debate that? It's because, well, when you're in debate club, you have to debate both sides of an issue. So he had to go up on stage, and he didn't prep for it, to talk about the position he was fighting against is that male rape is real and it's whatever, da, da, da. So he went up there and he looked the person dead in the eyes and said, "Give me evidence that men get raped." And the entire room like gasped. The person who was looking at him was completely dumbfounded and was like apparently stuttering. But he looked her dead in the eyes and said, "Give me evidence that men get raped." In town hall. I tell you this story because there are people who argue these talking points, who don't believe these talking points. They do it for an exercise. And I do think that around 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 YouTube, people were doing dick measuring contests trying to find the most absurd possible topic that they could argue and then break somebody's brain while doing it.
In consenting adults, and there's no power creep relations.
Why would you even... Why?
You're way too dismissive of the idea that you should question assumptions you take for granted to understand them better. That's such like a crazy, vague statement. I don't even know what you're even trying to say. You should look into things more. I did. That's why we have hours and hours and hours of covering Voscher's degeneracy. But I'm not condemning somebody because they did an incest debate fucking 8 years ago when everybody else was doing the exact same thing, because it was really weird and stupid.
I
and
die on the hill
the people in
of
those
incest.
relationships are not having children.
That's the whole point. That's what we do on the channel. We go through and execute reasons why we dislike people. I'm explaining why I'm not dismissing off of one singular take that they gave years ago. I'm sure if people want to go back to find takes that I gave years ago on like Tommy C's live stream, they'd find excuses to fucking go after me.
I think if you remove those three factors, there's nothing ethically wrong with two consenting adults.
Are you having sex with your brother? Like, what's going on here? Like, what is compelling you to defend incest at this very moment?
How does this conversation come up so oftenly with these political chants?
See, listen, AB even knows. It's like, why are there clips of every political streamer talking about fucking incest? And it's a good question. But he
I
knows.
don't understand.
He literally knows.
I've never had this like conversation on or off camera. Like it's
Well, I never needed to because like I'm pretty firm on my stance on incest.
Right.
I was never like, could we debate the ethics of incest?
Just as an exercise?
Even as an exercise, I'm
Okay, someone in chat just said, wasn't she also a lolicon artist? I don't remember the nature of what it was, but there was something about lolicon in relation to a DeviantArt account. But don't... Is she really... Didn't she raw lolly though? As if the though part defeats what I just told you. Yes, there are compounding things that you can criticize Denims for. I am not saying that Denims is a good person and that I like everything she's doing and everything she has done is peepo not that big of a deal. One does not cancel out the other.
You know what I mean?
Nick, she defended Shadbet. You're just like listing things that I've already talked about on the channel that aren't relevant to this conversation.
Actually, I feel like I can have a pretty good anti-incest take.
Yeah, I feel like a few people could.
One more time here.
Incest is weird and a little gross, but ethically...
Again, a little gross is really stupid. It's very gross. It's a very gross thing. Like Cersei and Jaime Lannister.
Completely fine if it's in...
Do you understand that Prince Joffrey had no ties to the throne? When you were explaining this, did you realize that that fucking King's Landing had a false king because of this incident?
Her eyes are rolling in the back of her head. Like, what is she? What the fuck is wrong with her, bro? She's on something. Whatever
fucking Lannisters
it is, it makes you want to fuck your family member.
More like the land fucking their sisters, right? Am I right? Am I fucking right?
Whatever drug that is, she's on.
And they beheaded that fucking poor fucking Stark man for trying to fucking...
Completely fine if it's in between consenting adults and there's no power creep relations.
Here's why incest, one of the many reasons why incest's bad. Because romantic relationships come with...
He's fucking reading this off of a prompt right now. Tell me right now. Dude, look at this.
Creep relations.
Here's why incest, one of the many reasons why incest's bad.
He just clicked something. Is he reading this?
Because romantic relationships come with a lot of baggage, right? Just, we all know that. You do not want to introduce that kind of baggage into your new...
Bro, come on.
nuclear family.
He's fucking reading it. Yeah, this prep, that's funny.
Because it destabilizes your whole life.
Dude, Grok! Alexa, can you tell me why incest is bad? I need this for the debate that I'm currently in.
I can't engage with that topic directly.
What?
But I can share some relevant historical and ethical perspectives on family relationships and social boundaries that might help inform your debate position.
Why can you not disavow incest?
I'm not avoiding the topic, but rather approaching it through established ethical and historical frameworks that can provide more comprehensive context for your debate. These perspectives can help you build a stronger, more informed position.
It's easy to just say that incest is bad.
I understand you're looking for straightforward statements for your debate. While I can't make direct judgments about sensitive topics, I can help you explore the established legal and ethical frameworks that shape societal views on family relationships and boundaries.
Are you a pedophile?
I'm not a person with personal experiences or desires. I'm here to help with factual information and constructive topics.
What is in your folder?
I don't have any documents or images in my folder right now, but I do remember some things about you.
What?
Dogs' names are Sophie, Coco, and Sue.
No!
Got it.
What the fuck? She just doxed my dogs. Why did Alexa just dox my dogs? That's insane. What the fuck?
Let alone, you know,
I don't have any record of talking to your dogs, Nicholas. Could you tell me more about what you're seeing or hearing? I'd like to understand what's going on.
I'm seeing dead people.
I hear you're experiencing something very unsettling. Since I can't connect you with emergency services, please use your phone to call 911.
Alexa, stop!
like that your kids will be mutants and not like cool
Dude, I have the top co-host right now. It's insane.
ones.
But ethically completely fine if it's in between.
Wait, Alexa. Yesterday I was driving home and I saw a demon, but I see demons all the time, so I thought I could just drive through it. But then I realized at the last second it was like a deer. What do I do?
That sounds like a really frightening experience. Since I can't connect you with emergency services, use your phone to call.
Alexa, stop!
Between consenting adults.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, right?
Weird.
It's weird too.
Weird.
And it's more than a little gross.
And a little gross.
Prager, what do you, Dennis Prager, you have an opinion on this?
What's your argument?
I mean, that's kind of her point.
Brother and sister want to make love?
Okay, dude. No, this is way creepier.
Yeah.
That they're going to produce mentally retarded offspring?
I mean, that's putting it a little harsh. I called them mutants.
Dude, Dennis Prager is a fucking freak.
There isn't any.
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Incest.
Man, that's funny. But anyway, it's just not. It keeps going. That's not even the only one that got unearthed. She's attempted to lie.
I would say
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
You need to do a podcast with Alexa, and please don't fick dogs.
if I did that, then people would tell me that I'm hosting a podcast with AI and they disavow me. You know what's something that I don't really have this perspective because I'm an only child. And sometimes on holidays, people ask me what content I'm making, right? Like they ask me what I do on my platform, what I do on my YouTube channel. And to the best of my ability, I try to explain that to people who don't seem to get it. But sometimes they'll pull up my YouTube
Nicholas
channel
DeOrio
and they'll just start watching it.
And after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking black-pilled on this
I think
shit.
that's kind of cringy, but like, yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy it. It's fun. And they're like, oh, that's cool. All right, whatever. They go through some of the stuff and they're like, all right, that's cool. You got your little avatar there. You're talking on a stream and people spend money on this. That's crazy. And that's how the conversations go. Now, I have never in my life had any incident like the one that I have just generated in my mind. Imagine that your sister is asking, because I'm an only child, what type of content you make on YouTube. What do you do on your YouTube channel? And they click on your YouTube debate where you're talking to Destiny, or you're talking to Hasan Piker, or you're talking to any of these streamers, and the topic is about why you could fuck your siblings. Wow, okay. I honestly, I've never considered how creepy it would be to do this debate and have actual family members. That is an angle of this that I have never considered in my life because I'm an only child. I don't have siblings, right? I literally did not even consider that. And that sounds like it would be one of the most embarrassing things of your entire life. Or even, let's say your family members open it up and they don't know the context of this. They don't understand the debate. And like your family member starts playing it in front of your entire family. And it's just you explaining why it would be okay to fuck your sister.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
I think that's like family ostracization. Fuck. You get ostracized from your family. That would be insane.
Laugh these unearthed.
Maybe my position on this is not correct.
No, I am not. Why would so many people be Googling that?
That sounds very frightening. I can't call emergency services for you. Please open the phone and dial 911.
Clips off.
You are not coming to the Thanksgiving dinner, to be sure. Yeah, dude, I would be mortified. I would be mortified.
She has not yet, though, touched...
on either side of... I think the whole family would be mortified.
The incest clip. And I do think that we should not let her off the hook on the incest clip because she's...
Nick just started insulting
She needs to
me viciously
explain.
on
Thank
Twitter.
you.
Nitch, I have proud news to announce to the B family. This is a great time to interject, right? I am not pregnant. Thanks for the content, funny man heart.
Stoic.
Hebrews. I don't know if that's good or bad for you, but if it's good for you, awesome. If not, I'm sorry.
Yourself. Are you still pro incest?
To be clear, I'm also not pregnant.
You know?
She hasn't denounced it yet.
She hasn't done it. All I've heard her is be like, yeah, you...
Thank you!
Alexa, does Nick support INS 5T?
It's great. Then awesome for you. Get him, Cat Allen.
I can
Alien.
fuck my brother.
Cat Allen. Oh, it is Cat Allen.
I can fuck my dad.
Whoa!
As far as, you know what I mean? To get even
Well,
weirder with
there's
it.
a power creep there. She said there has to be no power creep.
No power creep.
And a little gross.
No, of course your dad's not power creep.
Ethan, you played StarCraft. You know what power creep is. I know all about your StarCrafting days because I read your pedo troll account.
And he just wants to fuck you.
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking black-pilled on this shit.
Incest causes genetic mutations and ultimately results in complete genetic sterilization, meaning that existence despises incest so much that it eventually takes away your breeding visa.
Not only that, but it also disgraces the Lannister family name, okay? That's another huge issue.
He wants to fuck you because he loves you.
I think if you remove those three factors,
Sorry.
there's nothing
I'm
ethically
thinking-
wrong with two consenting adults
Yeah.
socially woke that
I'm gonna just make a hot take here. There are actually like legitimate things that two consenting adults can do that are very disavowable. I know, nuclear take. There are things that consenting adults can partake in that I would disavow. That's not a good excuse. Just like like a catch-22 or whatever.
they feel like they can't possibly be wrong. Point in case Hasan. Like if Hasan thinks he's morally more virtuous than someone else, he just like flames them. I'm forgetting the word I wanted to use, but he just flames them. Like he doesn't actually make any genuine
Defames
good faith
them,
arguments
probably?
towards other people. You know what I mean?
What happened? Was that Bad Bunny?
No, that was
Bad Bunny?
It's on the same place.
Oh.
Dude, everyone was talking about Bad Bunny after the Super Bowl, and the only thing I kept thinking they were talking about Mike from PA's failed girlfriend. And by failed girlfriend, I mean failed from like he failed to secure her as a girlfriend. Dude, when she's talking about if I want to hate gay people, I'll fucking hate gay people. I want to say that I hate people for wearing fucking Crocs. I could do that too.
Like he doesn't like give.
What was the Bad Bunny clip where she's like the worst thing is a black gay person or something? Was that her iconic clip?
People any amount of benefit.
That is my Bad Bunny, dude. The American Bad Bunny. Let me see this. What does she go by now? Kira Chats? Oh man.
The doubt. He just starts railing on people. One of the things that really frustrates me is
okay, whatever pause just happened, I have no idea what's happening anymore. That was completely random.
that people on the left will very like
I'm in the same
they
boat as
Thank
Nick,
you.
so the closest thing would be doing it with a cousin, and that just sounds gross.
Yeah, definitely.
adopt all left ideologies. So it's all just like, well, I accept this and this and this and this, and there's no like form of questioning, I guess, which is very frustrating.
You become what you hate. I mean, right?
Horseshoe theory, right? Is that what it's called? When they go full circle, they go so left.
No, horseshoe theory is like when the far left and the far right dab up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with politics.
This is just called
Maybe that's-
hackery. This is called selling out and hackery.
Yeah.
And also, she changed her voice. What's with people? What's all these people with their voices different? Even I watched the old
Dude, they're just handing away free puberties now to change your voice all the time.
clips of Hasan, and he's like, he's all nasally and he sounds like this. And now he's like, what's up, guys? It's Hasan here.
You fucking got me, dude.
Oh, you know what I Googled yesterday? And I'm actually not even ashamed to say this, and maybe there are other people in the audience. Thank you guys for hitting the goal. You guys have earned another goal. Maybe there's other people in the audience who also, like me, didn't understand what people were talking about. I Googled the term vocal fry because I thought for like 3 years when people talk about vocal fry, they were talking about some effect that people are adding in during posts to make their voice sound deeper. I did not know that vocal fry is just a fucking thing that people do. I had no idea. the influencer accent. I had no fucking clue what anyone was talking about. I'm like, yeah, dude, the vocal fry sucks there. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, dude, I fucking hate vocal fry. I had no idea what vocal fry was. I thought it was like an OBS template. I literally have no clue.
Dude.
Yeah, it's Valley Girl voicing. It's you know what? You know who's like vocal fry to the point where they're like a fry cook, or they're like they're vocal frying to the point where they're screaming "Free Palestine" as their entire body burns in flames? It's Cat 10 Barge. She's the vocal fryer. That is like, she is peak vocal fry, like absolute worst case of vocal fry ever recorded.
Yeah.
You're so fucking stupid.
So anyway, she really spitting facts on Hasan, but here she is attempting to explain it. And notice, guys, you will notice, you will notice she does not attempt to explain the incest clip, which only can lead me to believe that she still is pro-incest.
If I could preface this, I assumed that her response would be, yeah, people could change their views. Hasan himself always says that people could change their views. So I'm not ashamed.
I don't think any of these people will say what I'll say, that all these debates were fucking retarded and all these people were doing dick measuring contests. I think that they're going to try to say, if somebody challenged me on the incest thing, I could still win that debate. Let them try. I think that's what Denims is thinking. I legitimately think that's what Denims is thinking. You could take the debate bro out of the debate, but you can't take the debate out of the debate bro.
I said this, I changed simple fucking
I think that's the only reason why they won't disavow it, which is the obvious thing to do.
Explanation. Well, no, she is the queen of stepping on fucking rakes. I couldn't believe this. I thought it was an edit when I first watched it. Her response.
Nick, you would lose that debate. I probably would lose that debate. But you know what? I would win that debate too, because the overwhelming majority of the people in the audience wouldn't think that I was trying to fuck my hypothetical sibling. That's what you don't understand is rhetorically winning a conversation is not winning a conversation. Walking away from a conversation where people don't think that you're a child molester or a family fucker is winning a conversation. That's all that matters. The whole internet debate bro bullshit is cringe as fuck, and I fucking hate it. And I actually hate myself for participating in it like a couple years ago. All right, I would rather be deemed stupid in a conversation with Destiny than people walk away from the conversation thinking that I support any of these things.
Really, it's good, eh?
It's
weird.
I don't know if I could even accept that explanation though, because how old was she when she was like incest is W?
Well, not the incest thing, but I mean this specifically. She's talking about the Hasan clip about her saying.
Well, all right, let's hear her out.
Hasan.
Let's hear her out.
It's like the argument that YMS constantly has. Bro, if anyone interacts with YMS and sees any of the shit that he's tried to explain, and now, again, I'll say it again, we know about the other stream, we know about all of his talking points. Let that leave your mind if possible for a minute. YMS has been arguing that he just argued animal fuckery for sport. That he was just trying to argue it. Right? Because the arguments people were making or whatever, like he was just fighting the good fight. Now, obviously, I don't really think that, to be clear, but that was what he was arguing. It's like, well, the best case scenario is you can win a debate, but everyone thinks you want to fuck your Yorkie. Did you really win that debate? That's best case scenario. We know more information now, but best case scenario, they think you want to fuck your dog. You won, man. Congratulations. Here's a gold star, all right?
You're immediately not thinking with your dick and also thinking with this pesky thing up here that we like to call our brains.
So funny.
So once you start thinking with your...
Sorry. Again, I think it's funny for us to watch it because we've all had fucking dark times in our lives. People in here have watched Joe Rogan, motherfuckers. I know.
Dude, imagine the fucking, holy shit, the first world problem, the darkest point of our life when we watched Joe Rogan. Dude, that is actually fucking crazy. I don't even watch Joe Rogan. That's fucking crazy.
At least one of you has to have watched it.
The darkest time about watching Joe Rogan is when I joined Tommy C's Discord server one night when he had his camera on, and it was like fucking 2 a.m. his time, where he was just shirtless watching Joe Rogan, and he didn't have his audio set up. So I was like, Tommy, and he's just making old man noise. No offense, Tommy. We love Tommy here. But he's making old man noises watching Joe Rogan shirtless at 2 a.m. That was the darkest time.
Tim Pool. All right. One of you has watched one of those stupid atheist channels. One of those atheist channels where it's like, I'm amazing, atheist, skeptic, incredible man.
Was that Ethan's best impression of a Denims clip where he just stares off and goes,
Thing. The hell? So okay, we all used to be evil. I mean, we used to believe in incest, and apparently you still do. That's against God. You want to talk about atheism?
To be clear, I don't think she serves that. Dude, you want to know what else is against God?
There's nothing more.
Denims. I don't care about religion, but I don't think that was her goal.
Or sacrilege than fucking your brother, lady. Right?
And this is why Muslim is bad. This is why Islamists are evil. It's like, okay, everybody's had stupid opinions. Some of you have been libertarians before. I know it. I know at least one of you. All right, motherfuckers. I know.
This is like dystopian. I don't even know how. I don't know what things have to go wrong in your life to watch this person's content.
Oh, I see you. And in some form of like cosmic irony, I've seen a clip recently circulating where it's like, it's me criticizing Hasan because, shocker, I've always criticized Hasan.
Then, right? Yeah, no, always.
It is interesting that she won't even acknowledge the incest clip that was also going viral.
You're always calling him out. And then you proceed to glaze him about how you go, I've always criticized Hasan. But anyway, I was only criticizing him because I didn't understand.
And do you want to know why? In that clip, I'm criticizing him.
Say something mean about Hasan right now. One mean thing. Go on.
Years ago, because I was tricked by a million of these clips being like, wow, this guy seems like a sexist piece of shit.
That's not what that's insane.
And then
That's not what you were saying. You were saying that he's so left, and if you're not with him, then he's just gonna go after you.
Right. She wasn't even really analyzing she wasn't even calling him a misogynist.
Exactly.
Actually.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
What she said was like, if you disagree with him, he'll defame you.
Right.
Right. What happened?
There's layers to this.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
More, and I was like, oh. Wait, do you guys just lie about people? What the fuck?
I mean, you lie about people all the time. And he lies about people all the time.
Huh?
Oh. But you could just watch one broadcast and then realize all of this is fucking fabricated.
Wait, what?
Dude, the irony.
Wait, what?
Crazy.
But it's almost funny because now
this is the girl that watched one video of bad empanada saying my kids were crawling around in dog shit eating it. And she goes, is this true? Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah. Also, watch the clip of Lena not pulling Rocky's tail. I mean, like, did she pull his tail?
Yeah.
You
great.
can't.
Iconic. You can't. I mean.
Oh, shit. That is an interesting color palette. What the fuck? I kind of like it. I just saw what the Pokemon LE looks like. I kind of fuck with this. Holy shit, dude. I like the back glass. I don't know if I like the armor. I like the back glass. I was not expecting purple. The Pikachu edition. Jesus. All right.
What did I say?
Sorry.
Anyway, Hasan's awesome.
That clip is being used to fabricate lies about me. So we're just like 3 layers of lies deep. It's incredible. It's really, really amazing stuff.
Yes! That's the trim that I'm getting, so I'm pretty stoked. So it's the fucking... Oh, the Leia Sapini tweet. This person's been around a lot. I've noticed they've been clipping really well. I've had a lot of clips pulled from that person recently.
Laugh, dummy.
Jesus Christ.
There's one more.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Sorry. Last pinball thing. These are the trims. Pro looks like that. I think the premium translate is better. But I like this better. I'm looking in here. Okay. And then the LE is that one. I think the best back glass by far is limited edition. That looks fucking sick. That is clean. But I like the premium artwork. Okay, sorry. This is the one that they're limiting this to 750. And you could see On this one, that's where you find out what number you have. That's fucking sick. I've never had a machine that's not like black before.
And then we can go on to our sponsor and then on to welcoming our...
All right. Well, honestly, we're almost done here, right? Oh, no, there's more. Oh, this is me. I'm here. Hi, Ethan.
Are you here? Did I show him? I think I showed him my Platinum Daytona.
Yes. Yes, I saw it in the previous stream I was watching from you. That is a fucking sick watch. He said that he gets all these gray markets, so he's paying the gray price.
I think
that thing is fucking heavy. That's a good. That's a better image of it. That's a heavy fucking watch. Jesus. But I actually talked to my watch person about this, and they were like, "Yeah, this person either clearly has like an insane deal with their AD, because these don't come through a lot. This is a sought after piece."
That's the one I know he saw. I wish I was wearing a different one. Every time I come here with one of my watches, I go, "I hope Nick is in chat and asks me what watch I'm wearing."
Oh my god.
The Pope sees all.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. It is a clean fucking watch. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This one's sick, right? I really like this one.
Gante.
You know?
Oh my god. So, now listen, all right. You know what's more my speed though? I like the Pikachu.
So Denims.
That's the Pikachu model is Oyster Flex gold with a the champagne dial with the black accents. I think the Pikachu is fucking sweet, but Platona is sick too. Platona is probably the top Daytona, outside of arguably. I think the most sought after one would still be the Panda, but Platona's up there.
Still has no. She's still like this. This is crazy. This is from a few days ago. She still doesn't understand the lawsuit. She doesn't know why she's being sued. It's unreal. Look at this.
I've changed my position on this to what the person in chat corrected me on after. I don't know if she doesn't know why she's being sued. I think she's just lying to her audience to like fan the flames. I think she's just straight up playing ignorant on purpose so her audience doesn't know. I think it's like a Carl Jobstian technique.
Of his YouTube career has been maliciously reacting. That is to say,
Panda Media. Oh, the Meteor Dial. You're right. Meteor Dial Daytona is very expensive. I don't know why it is. I like it. It's cool. But the Meteor Dial Pepsi GMT looks way better, and it doesn't command the same market value, even though it's rare. That is the nicest GMT they make.
Reacting with like distaste for the person who had created
no more watch talk tonight. Thank you.
Original content, which is what
that I can't believe she actually thinks that. She thinks maliciously reacting just means you don't like them. How dumb can you be?
Yeah, I mean,
that's free speech. That's First Amendment.
I'm trying to think, but and she took that off the clip because that was like a thing that came out of Emaru's mouth before she explained actually why, like, it's bad.
It's not that.
Talk more about the Seamaster.
Did you? I wonder if she even watched any of the videos I made about this because
I saw that all white one. It looks sick. The problem with the Seamaster, this last watch talk thing, and then we're getting done with this because I have so much stream to do tonight. We're probably not even getting to iDubbbz. We'll cover that next time. The problem with the Omega right now is Omega doesn't realize what they're worth. Omega's pricing everything like, dude, I'm sorry, not paying 10 grand for a fucking Speedmaster. It's not happening. Like, if you go back a year or even 2 years ago, you're looking at like 7 grand, 8 grand for some of these watches, but they just kept raising prices and kept with Rolex. You're competing with Tudor and they're fucking killing you in terms of like the value you get for money. And Tudor, it's like similar to in terms of like where, like, it's Tudor's owned by like people who own Rolex or whatever. They used to have like the Tudor Submariner and stuff. They've tried to move the brand off of that. But I did this new fucking ceramic Speedmaster is like $11,000. I don't know who the fuck is paying $11,000 for an Omega watch. You're in Rolex price point territory and you're not, like, there's no exclusivity. These things are getting killed on the secondary market. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It's got nothing to do with how much you like me. It's about your stated intent to steal my content and profit from it. That's malicious.
Yes, I said no more watch talk, but I had to rant about Omega's pricing because Omega's pricing is out of fucking control. It's literally out of control. It's insane. I don't see Ethan wearing Omega watches on stream, but he's wearing Grand Seiko.
How do you not know that?
That's because Grand Seikos are great fucking watches priced correctly.
She's suggesting.
No, it's not. That's not it at all. that's actually no, that is not what she's talking about in that clip.
That you can't just react to people that you hate.
No, that's not what she said. That's absolutely not what she meant.
You can't do that, which is not how the law works, by the way. You can react to whoever. You don't have to like the...
I can't believe she's this dumb.
You think her lawyer wakes up in a panic?
No, he's bleeding them dry, dude.
I think Lust thinks that.
I think he wakes up a happy camper.
Lust's coverage on all this, I'm not going to play it for you, but you should go watch it. He covered it today, I think, and yesterday. His stuff on this is so funny.
You know what I mean?
He put up a stream. It was like stupid Denims or something is like tanking her own lawsuit and trying to fuck over Casey Tron's settlement or something.
Every day.
Person you're reacting to.
Holy fuck, she still has no idea why she's being sued. This is great.
In fact, Ethan Klein won a lawsuit on copyright infringement while he was reacting to...
Yeah, it's almost like that's not what he was fucking talking... Okay, whatever.
Content from a creator he didn't like.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's so stupid, Denims, right? It's maybe if we just think critically about this, we would figure out that that's not the fucking...
What are you talking about?
It's to just tell the audience, nothing to see here, nothing's happening. I'm in the right. Do not question me. Which is weird, though, because the only defense I'd have against that position is I don't think they'd care regardless. I don't think the people watching in the audience would care regardless whether she was right or wrong. They would be defending her, like, with absolute certainty.
How can you misunderstand fundamentally? This is the fundamental issue at hand.
The one where you had skits in it as well, and shitload of commentary.
And you paused it a shitload, didn't show the whole video, had sketches, lots of critical commentary, did not state on the record.
No, but you don't understand. You're mean in that video, and mean means copyright. You can't spell copyright without mean.
Record my intention.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Jesus, that's sick.
To steal his views and benefit from his IP, to profit from his IP in lieu of him.
Also, at the time, you didn't like have an opinion on Matt Haas, I assume. He was just some guy, right?
Yeah, he's just some guy. He was some internet meme that people were dunking on for these crazy cringe videos. I'm constantly in... She managed...
You know, I wonder where that guy is. Could you imagine him coming on the H3 podcast today just to talk to Ethan about the lawsuit?
It should still surprise me with how fun.
I wonder if that guy's like ass mad that he had like a career-defining lawsuit loss.
Fucking dumb she is.
Incest.
Showing...
How can she not understand that?
Mm-hmm. Showing those old Hasan clips, like, really, I was in fucking shock. I couldn't, like, rarely am I, like, baffled like that. I could not believe that was her defense.
Was that we've all done evil things?
Yeah, but but by implicating him as well, like, I don't.
All I've learned from this clip is I'm going to start showing up to the H3 chat at the beginning of all the streams, and I'm just going to type Ethan show off the goods.
God bless her.
Man, I feel like a ventriloquist dummy is smarter than her.
Do you think when she...
Yeah, because they know at least to shut their mouth.
Do you think when she watched Game of Thrones, she thought the Lannisters were the good guys?
Dude, all right, brother. Dude, I'm watching Game of Thrones. It is now seeping into the discourse. This is it, dude. This is it.
Guys, they were just a couple that were trying to be together.
They were misunderstood.
Yes, AB. Wait, no.
You know.
Incest is weird.
It's the Snarks and the Lannisters, bro.
Although they had a child through incest. So.
We're bringing Game of Thrones back, dude. I watched this. I'm in season 3, episode 6. This show is awesome. It cannot possibly get bad.
Yeah, they had a few.
Yeah. We love that for them.
Dude, first there was Romeo and Juliet, okay? Now there's Romeo and Romeo's sister Romiette, okay?
To you, Nick? I really like it. Why?
I'm sorry, this whole thing is cringe. This whole thing is fucking cringe.
So,
ad time.
What is happening? Lus, what is your at? I can't see Lus's
Stoic.
comment.
Hebrews.
So that's what's going on over in Denim's world. She has yet to respond to the accusations of her being pro-incest, a fan of incest.
Hebrews. The concept of being pro-incest is so interesting as well, because that implies that there is casual. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Never mind. Everyone's made that joke. Literally everybody. I've made this joke like 50 times. I'm sorry.
Perhaps a practitioner of incest with the way she's defending it. Who knows? I don't know either way. But I do have questions that I believe deserve answers.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
Right.
Listen, Denims, I insist that you that you disavow this previous take. In fact, I insist upon it that you do so immediately.
Anywho, let's thank our sponsors and
thank you.
Best commentator of the year.
Maybe Denims is a product of Inkest, and that's why she defended it. It would explain a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I honestly, that would explain a lot of influencer drama.
Right into the meat and potatoes of the episode here, guys. I want to big a big old thank you to.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a little bit of a bigger look at the rest of this because Mr. Noodles comes at a different time. That time's still probably tonight, but for VOD watchers.